Whether you're on an adventure, remote working, or heading on a road trip, just plug it in. There's plenty of power for all your gear. Run multiple devices at once. 1, 2, or even 10. And there's room for one more. When you stop for a break, you'll both be recharged. At least 3,000 times. EcoFlow River 2 Series. Power never been this easy.
We're going to make sure that the power keeps on flowing, whatever you need it for here on HSN. Many of you know already the importance of having EcoFlow at home. A next generation power station. You think of power and you think of maybe a gas generator with all the noise, all the mess, all the fumes, all the hassle, all the maintenance. About 7 years ago, EcoFlow came along and changed all that. Tonight, we are really excited to have the model, the system, the unit that so many of you have asked for. It's this one. It weighs 14 pounds. It's smaller, it's lighter weight. You don't need to put this on a trolley or a cart. And this is absolutely, when we say portable power, we mean it. Look, you might be going tailgating, you might be going to the park, you might be watching your son or daughter play sports at the field, you might be out and about camping. Wherever you go and you need power, you got power. 11 different ports and outlets, so there's enough places that you can plug things in. On the other side of the coin, of course, this is always going to be there for you right by your side at home if there was a power outage. And over the past few years, we've learned to expect the unexpected. With hurricanes and storms and everything in between, we have to make sure that if the power were to go out for a sustained amount of time, more than just a few minutes, that you can keep living normally. This is something that whether you live in a condo, an apartment, a townhouse, a big house, a small house, it's easy to have, it's easy to plug in maybe that important medical device, that refrigerator, that fan, that lamp, whatever it may be. And again, it's easier to move around the house. Let me tell you about the offer that we're doing tonight, because there's a couple options. First of all, if you just want the EcoFlow, I have it right here, lowest price ever. We've never touched, get this, $279. There's not a place that we know of in the United States, online or in store, that has the EcoFlow River 2 Max at this type of value. We're at $279 and change. Obviously, we'll pay the shipping and handling to get it to you. The better value, though, honestly, is the bundle. Let me put you right there and show you. The bundle means you're going to get the River 2 Max plus the solar panel, which, you know, if this runs out of power, this is going to power it up using the energy from the sun, which is going to be free on every single day. Whenever you may need it, it's going to be there for you. The sun will rise. We love the versatility, the flexibility, and the freedom that the solar panel brings you. These are hundreds of dollars typically. We're including it in this bundle. We'll also include the $79 deluxe custom-made bag. This is that backpack bag to take with you, to travel with, to have on the move, a place to store it. That's included as well. So if you break it down, for just the EcoFlow River 2 Max by itself, we're doing $190 off the regular price, which is a 40% saving. But if you do the bundle, get this, it's over 55% off. The discount is nearly $500. So the typical price would be $850 for all of this. We're doing it for $369.99. So that's where the better value lies, no doubt about it. For those of you that have had this on your wish list, your shopping list for a while, but you've been waiting for today's special, it has arrived, just like our guest expert, Mr. Justin Hyatt, who has been guiding us through his wisdom over nearly 7 years. Justin, this is a story that keeps getting, it feels like, more important every single year.
You know, I was sitting there thinking, 7 years we've been doing this now. We were saying for 7 years, what other product for 7 years demand continues to go up and somehow the price goes down?
You're right.
I mean, think about that. And why does the demand go up? We see what's happening all the time. But I love what you were just saying, Adam, is that it is both sides of the coin. It is one purchase that you can have for that variety, the life that we bring and the life that we live, which is I want to go have fun, but I want something for the emergency. And that's what EcoFlow does for you. And that's what we've been doing for you for 7 years. That's what's made us the #1 power station brand here at HSN and in the United States. And I love the River 2 Max. Max, because this is all about variety. This is all about being able to feel, well, in those moments of feeling vulnerable, but also those moments of saying, like you said, let's go to the baseball field. Let's go play some soccer. Let's go out and actually enjoy this weather that's finally starting to warm up at under 15 pounds. Take this with you. We've made it even more portable because we also are giving you that option with the bag as well. So if you're thinking about hopping on the back of a camel, 1 hump, 2 humps, whatever it might be, you have one thing that you can take with you. And there is so much technology that's built into this. You know, when we say 7 years, over those 7 years, all the different technology that has evolved to make this even better and better and better, which just makes the value better, better, and better.
And that's such a massive point. Everything seems to be going up in price. We are bucking the trend and we're going down. We're going lower and lower and lower to the lowest pricing ever. I want to showcase some of these features. Obviously fast to recharge, amazing versatility with the 11 outlets as well. 5-year warranty. We're really proud of that. And I know Justin will talk a little bit more about that as we go along. Look, we're off to a flying start already, which means only one thing. It means so many of you were ready and waiting for this moment to arrive. If you or somebody you know, a friend or family member, has been the victim of one of these horrendous natural disasters that we have been through over the past couple of years, our hearts obviously go out to anybody that's been touched by them. So many of our colleagues here in St. Petersburg, Florida, with 2 hurricanes that were the worst ever that we've known. It's a big deal to know that you've got this type of peace of mind. Justin just used the word vulnerable. We're going to break that word. We don't want to feel vulnerable anymore. We want to feel empowered. The difference is this: having this type of power station does make you empowered. When you look back, Justin, to the way it used to be, it wasn't so easy to get external power when you needed it the most.
Yeah, without a doubt. And when we think about anxiety, when we think about vulnerability, it's because we're unprepared. There's nothing worse than feeling unprepared for those moments in time and feeling like, you know what, I wish we had done something, but I wasn't sure what we could do. Or feeling like if we're living in an apartment or condo and we can't own one of these generators, what do we do? You know, this is one of those things that is really, when we say break the mold, that EcoFlow has allowed so many of you to finally have an option, right? When we felt so vulnerable, yet there's never been a choice, we've given you a choice now and continue to give you a choice, because you know what? If you're looking for home backup, if you're looking for just portable power, the EcoFlow River 2 Max is all about having that portability. Whether you're feeling like, you know what, not sure if I can handle something that's 50 pounds or 100 pounds. You know, Adam was just talking about it doesn't need a trolley, it doesn't need a cart. All it needs, it's just one hand to pick this up and one hand to actually turn it on and use it. You know, that's one of the things that I love about it is, yes, it is independence, because we don't need anybody else. All we need is us. One touch of a button to turn it on, that's it. When we think about what it would take right now to turn on a gas generator, what would you need to do? If you have no idea what it would take, well then probably in one of those vulnerable situations, a generator might not be your top choice. But if I told you one touch of a button to turn on your EcoFlow, your River 2 Max, and then we start to think about the priorities of life. What's the priorities? We need food, we need water, we need what? We need power, and we need EcoFlow. I'm just gonna go ahead and start plugging things in, because this is how simple and easy it's gonna be for you. We've got a fan, we've got a light. You know, as it's starting to turn into that summertime heat, we wanna make sure that we have the proper things. It looks like I turned the power station off, but that's okay, I'll turn it right back on. One button to turn it on, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and turn on the AC button right here. Once this turns on, you'll be able to see the power is gonna turn on right here to my light and to my fan. 2 seconds to turn the light and the fan on. Now I'm not sitting in a dark home, I'm not sitting in a hot home. Now, when we were talking about, you know what would be nice? Actually, I'm gonna unplug the lamp really quickly. How nice would it be to say, you know what? I wouldn't mind just taking this fan outside. The portability, and this is what I mean by variety. All the different ways that you can now use power and now use your EcoFlow. I wouldn't be doing this with some of our larger power stations, would I? You know, in some of those larger power stations, we're gonna cost roughly about $1,000 or even more. Now with a light and a fan, or how about this? How about cooking with it? Or how about keeping our food cool? I talked about portability. I'm actually gonna take this with me right over here to the refrigerator. We never know those moments in time when we're sitting right now, we're watching Adam and Justin, and we're doing our EcoFlow TS presentation, and then that lightning hits and that thunder strikes. You're saying, is that the TV or did that really just happen, right? One cable, just to go right here. And yes, this is happening. This is really happening. I'm just gonna go plug it right here into the refrigerator. in 2 seconds. Again, something that weighs under 15 pounds. And one of the best parts is no guessing. On this display, it's going to tell me every bit of information. It's going to tell you every bit of information. So right now, it's going to say roughly about 4 hours, and you should get anywhere from about 4 to 8 hours with your refrigerator, and you can tell that the compressor is not running right now. We're up to about 24. Once that compressor starts to kick in, or maybe I was reading it backwards, my dyslexia might have just kicked in. I was saying 33 hours to 25 hours. That's not minutes, those are hours. Now, you should roughly get most of these refrigerators now, Adam, are very efficient. If you keep that refrigerator door closed and this is just running consistently, it's going to run for a very long time, but you don't have to worry about guessing. You've got it right here on your display.
And that's the nice thing, is it's just easy to use. I think the user-friendly aspect of it has really propelled EcoFlow, because you don't walk up to this and say, oh my gosh, how do I do this? What button do I press? Where do I plug stuff in? It's just really easy, where if it was intimidating, it's like, ugh. I don't know if I'm going to get the most out of this. Simple, smarter, lighter weight. Again, we're under 14 pounds. We're at 13.4 pounds, which is brilliant. And I want to keep focusing in on that, because sometimes with EcoFlow, because they have so many wonderful different models, it's hard to distinguish which is right for me. A lot of the EcoFlows are $1,000, and they are designed for perhaps a larger home and perhaps more people in that house, maybe a family of 4 or 5. If you are alone at home, or it's just you and your significant other, if you live in a smaller property, perhaps maybe an apartment or a condo, or a townhouse, this is absolutely the sweet spot for you, and the price obviously goes hand in hand with that. I mean, again, we're going to talk about emergencies and feeling better and more empowered and having that backup power when you need it most to keep things running, but you can't ignore that this is $369.99. You're so far away from $1,000. I mean, it's in a different league altogether. So it's affordable. It's a wonderfully, wonderfully designed product that gets us through what we need. You might need to charge your phone. You might need to plug in the television. You might need to plug in your laptop or the modem or the router to get information. If there was a wildfire or a snowstorm, or God forbid any natural disaster, or just a prolonged power outage, you might need to take this to the bedroom to plug in the fan to stay cool in this red hot summer. You might need this to plug in your CPAP machine. I mean, it's right there. And I can go, just like Justin's going to do all night long. We'll go from the kitchen, where we just had the refrigerator plugged in so the food won't spoil, and we spent all that money on the food. We'll take it to the bedroom, we'll take it to the office. It goes with us. And again, with the helper handle, it's easy to maneuver. This is not the big system that is so big that you have to put on wheels. But again, you probably don't need all that power. You've got the right amount of power. One thing that I do want to stress, because it was in my email box, this is very limited numbers. So to give you an idea, I have a couple thousand of these only, if you're looking to get the system alone, which is $279. So really small availability, the lowest availability we've ever had from EcoFlow. I know EcoFlow is still recovering from last year, and I mean, Justin, I'll let you talk to this, but last year was a real test, and EcoFlow really put their best foot forward. But folks were selling out left, right, and center. There were 4 to 6 to 8 week wait times to get these delivered.
Yeah, and I think people have seen the news recently as well, and the reason why a lot of these pricing on, especially even electronics, are going up, especially when it's being delivered from certain places. There's a reason why, but when we're talking about even delivering, we've delivered even just here at home in the United States during these big power outages from these weather events. We've been right there. Yeah. We partnered with the right channels to ensure that the right people were getting the power stations. Who are the right people? People who are directly affected by these hurricanes and these weather events, and the people that were there helping those people who were directly affected by these weather events. And when we think about EcoFlow in general being the #1 in a very disruptive industry, when we think about backup power, look, you don't stay #1 if you're acting like #2. You know, when you feel and you can have that reputation that we've built over time, EcoFlow has done that and consistently pushed the envelope of technology. And I'll talk about technology really quickly before I even go into any of these other demos. When we think about getting new, what does that mean? You're getting the latest and greatest battery technology from the #1 power station brand in the United States. We kicked off EcoFlow. EcoFlow is only here in the United States. You know where they are now, it used to be over 100. Now we're in over 140 different countries offering a variety of different power stations and for different solutions. What I love about the River 2 Max is the size and power means way more variety than what you could do with what? Just a gas generator. The battery that's inside of this is an LFP battery. That means that if you were to deplete this and recharge this, this is the coolest fact. Deplete this, recharge this once a day. It would take you 10 years before this power station only charged from 0 to roughly about 80%. 10 years. What has happened in the past 10 days? What's happened in the past 10 months? What's happened in the past 2 years? 10 years, which is why this is not a 1-year warranty or 2-year warranty that you'll typically find on any of these other power station brands out there. You get a 5-year warranty on your River 2 Max because it is that latest and greatest. And when you start to look at the value and you start to see that it's not just the power station that you're getting, but you're also getting that solar panel and you're getting the bag, that means you're getting pretty much the whole entire system altogether. When you get that solar panel, Adam, that's when you know, when we think about true independence, that no matter where I am, whether I'm out, enjoying and I'm going camping, or if I'm going tailgating, or if I'm at home and it feels like I'm camping and tailgating because there's no power, I put that solar panel out, and with 220 watts of total solar, we're giving you 110. With another additional 110 watts of solar, you will be able to recharge your power station from 0 to 100% in about 2.5 hours. Now, if you are just wanting to recharge this because you just so happen to see that there's a storm coming and you know what, the weatherman or woman says, hey, be careful, later this afternoon we're gonna have these big thunderstorms or maybe even this weekend, you plug your EcoFlow in and let's say it's all the way at 0%, from 0 to 100% in an hour. That's why you want the latest and greatest. It's lighter weight, it charges faster, it lasts longer, and somehow, number 4, Adam, it's more affordable than it has ever been. And this one's a customer pick, and it's the lowest price that we've ever done on it.
And just to really highlight this price difference, because if you look at the pricing on the screen, it can be a little confusing. The EcoFlow by itself, you just get this. It's $279 and change, right? So $279.99, that's the lowest price we've ever done by a lot. But the better value by a lot is the bundle. And let me explain why. When you're not using it, it's kind of nice to store it away in a properly designed bag, like a storage bag. This is that, but it also kind of doubles up as a backpack. So if you are going to go, let's say, camping with it, you can do that. But it's just a beautiful bag. It's normally $79, so we'll include that. So I like that. And then the other thing, which to me is it's a necessity, is the solar panel. You've got to imagine, if you have a gas generator, what do you use? You use gasoline. What happens if you run out of gasoline? Well, the generator stops working, right? So when this runs out of power, the way to recharge it is in your home. But what if the power has not been restored in your home? I go outside and I can use the sun's energy to charge it. Makes all the sense in the world. Hundreds of dollars is the regular price on the solar panel. You're getting the bundle for only $90 more than just the EcoFlow alone. Remember, the difference in price is $480 off the retail. So a massive difference in price. I do want to let you know, if you have an HSN card or a QVC card, we are doing that VIP financing. 12 months option on the bundle. It brings the price down to $30 and change. So it's another great way to shop for it. I'm seeing... and folks, I wish you could be here with us because, one of the joys of HSN is to get that instant reaction from you guys to see, what you think. And based on the number of folks ordering and the orders that are being placed right now on hsn.com, this is a big hit, and it should be. The price is the lowest it's ever been. It's the brand that is regarded as the #1 in America. But I do think there is an undertone of another reason why this is selling so quickly, and Justin hit on it. We know that all that's going on, perhaps politically, obviously around the world, with tariffs, etc., that there is a strong likelihood, nothing is guaranteed, but we're all being honest, right? There is a strong likelihood that pricing could escalate, that pricing could go up, right? This pricing was locked in 7-8 months ago. Could the price be higher? Well, of course it could, but I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. So on that level, I definitely want to stress that if price is important to you, not only are you getting the best price ever for the only today's special of the year on this model, the only one that we're scheduled to do, but you are in before any potential price increases. Justin, it's an honest point. It's a real point. It's an important point.
It is. And look, you know, I mean, there's really no two ways around it, like you said. I mean, most likely, there's a reason why this this is the only TS of the year on the River 2 Max. I do want to give you a quick tour when you're looking at this and you know, you're thinking, okay, I'm getting this idea, but how easy is it to use? You know, one of the things that we talked about as well, Adam, is that we do offer a variety. To me, with your River 2 Max, this is about having that travel companion and that home companion. We talk about vulnerability and independence, but you have to be prepared at home, especially if it's only you at home. And I love that when we talk about simplicity, when it is just simply just one touch of a button to turn this on and off, there's no fear of having to use something. There's fear of not having something, but there should never be a fear to use that one thing that you should feel like I can fall back on and feel comfortable with. We've got that display. We've got two 3-prong AC outlets and two 2-prong AC outlets. We also have the DC adapter plus these DC barrel ports right here. And we also have all of these USB-A plus this USB-C. And one of the cool things about the USB-C is, for all of you who are watching, we've seen this change for all of these different cables you know, now every phone is a USB-C, right? Everyone's a USB, has to be. But you know what's nice is that same exact cable that you use right now to charge your phone, you can use to charge your River 2 Max. So let's just say you cannot find or you forgot to bring that cable to charge your River 2 Max. Don't worry about it. You can use that same exact cell phone cable to charge up your River 2 Max in an hour. That's unbelievable. In fact, probably nearly as fast as your phone, and for some of you, probably faster than your phone. On the back, this is where you're going to charge it. Right here is where we plug it into the wall from 0 to 100%. Remember, from plugging it into the wall. But then right here, this is where we're going to plug it into our solar panel and to that DC adapter too. So you get the DC cable. If you're driving, if you're traveling, again, I said travel companion, because look, this can change the camping into glamping for some of you. This can change just the tailgating into a much more enjoyable tailgating experience. All of those different things. And I keep talking about it, but I do want to show you. Here's one of the nice things. Speaking of tailgating, if you have an induction burner, you can go ahead and grab an induction burner, set it up, and we've used this. In fact, you know, I was sitting here watching that, I was watching the flat top grill that you guys just had.
Blackstone.
The Blackstone. Love that.
Cool.
But that same type of style of that flat top griddle you can use for using your River 2 Max. You can use your coffee maker. You can use your NutriBullet. All of these different things. If it's a NutriBullet, or for some of you, maybe it's a margarita machine, you can use that as well. So all those different things, especially when I say travel companion, but where is it going to be for you this year, for this summer, this spring, and where's it going to be for you next year and the year after and the year after and the year after? Remember, for 10 years, this is going to be that travel companion for you.
We just have to take advantage of the new technology that's there today, right? Things have changed so much over the past decade, and this is one of those great innovations. It's power when we need it, where we need it, in an emergency, and it's also power for fun things. We could take this to the beach with us. We'll have a picnic in the park. We'll take all the goodies. You know, the reality is it's freedom because it's power where you want it to be, and it's lightweight. Again, I do this. It's something I can't do with any other EcoFlow because obviously they're 3 times the size and a lot heavier, but this one is so much lighter at 13.5 pounds. It just gives you that true freedom and portability to move it where you want it to go. HSN headquarters led by Kevin just let me know that it seems like virtually everybody is buying the bundle. I expected that to be the case. Value-wise, it just makes sense. But obviously, that puts the bundle in a vulnerable position because that's going to get limited sooner rather than later. Best price ever, best price of the year, best price anywhere that we've been able to find. That's a lot of best ofs, and it's something we're really proud of. The lowest price we've been able to find anywhere, and an exclusive opportunity because HSN and EcoFlow have been together for so long. We were a part of EcoFlow's origin, their beginning, their introduction to the United States, to the world. We told EcoFlow's story and they've never forgotten it, which is why EcoFlow give us at HSN and our customers the best prices anywhere. So if you want to order FlexPay, let me just tell you, on the bundle, it's just $74, and we'll do the shipping, obviously. So we'll send it out to you now. We've got it in stock, ready to go, $74. Then we can kick back and relax, knowing that we're set, we're prepared. We have a fallback option if there is a situation. We have something ready to go that makes us feel more prepared. It's like an insurance policy. And Justin, it's an easy one to do. I don't want to make light of the price, but I mean, obviously, versus other EcoFlows, this is a fraction of the price.
It truly is. And look, you know, we have some that are easily over 1,000.
Yes.
2,000.
Yes.
3,000. We've got some that we've just launched recently that are over $6,000. Those have their place. Those have their place in your home. And even if you have those larger power stations, you should not kind of reconsider whether you should be picking up the River 2 Max. This is one of those moments, you know, you kept saying best of. This is the best time to be doing it. I say this every single time, and I'll say it, of course, today, but you know the best time to get prepared is now. And you know the best time for so many of you to pick up an EcoFlow is during a Today Special, when you'll be able to see the value that you're going to be able to save. And then not only that, but we talk about peace of mind. For so many of you say, well, but if I have a generator, you know what? You have a generator at home. Are you going to pick that generator up and throw it in the car? I don't think so. Maybe you can take the gas with you, but you're not going to be picking this generator up and taking it with you. Okay, well, what about now getting the generator out of the garage, and then maybe it's at the storage unit, so now I got to think about which car I've got to get it. Now I've got to be able to call somebody to help me put that thing in the back of the car, or I can grab an EcoFlow. Now look, is this going to be more powerful? Of course, yes, absolutely. Is this going to still be able to give you that portability and that power that you might need? And maybe this is for 5 hours, maybe it's for 10 hours. I don't want to have to worry about getting gasoline. If I live in an apartment or condo and I think about my grandmother who's watching right now, you know what? She's never going to be thinking about using one of these.
Right.
But with her EcoFlow, she will. And the maintenance alone, the learning curve alone for a generator is enough for so many of you to say, I'm never going to touch one. With an EcoFlow, this is one of those moments where you say, I want that one. That's the one that I want because it's the size, it's the portability, and now it's definitely the value. I want to take you down here really quickly because I do want to show you what it will look like with the bag and your power station. So this actually has the power station right here inside of the bag. The bag is specifically designed for your River 2 Max. I love this bag. It is an $80 bag by itself. The bag is designed so it does kind of have a bit of a kind of two different pockets. So this pocket specifically for your EcoFlow, you do have a pouch right here, a little zipper that gives you access, but this is where your EcoFlow will live. And then right here, you can go ahead and use this for all of your different electronics. I've used this for all of my camera equipment. I can put my laptop and my different tablets inside of this pouch right here. So I love this. And then of course, I can have it in the bag with my solar panel that I can have that cable plugged into my River 2 Max. And now I can have it charging. So wherever I might be, if the sun is shining, I can be charging my River 2 Max via the sun. And again, what does this mean? This means money. You know what your solar panel does? It's going to be residual, or excuse me, it's not going to be residual payments. This is going to be independence, but you know what? You're saving time, you're saving money because you're not having to spend gasoline every single time you use this. You charge it over again and you do it for free every single time that you use it. So I love that, but this is also not just a power station. Now essentially it's a solar generator, and that means that when I'm using my EcoFlow and I've got my solar panel, I can be charging my phone via the sun. I can be charging my tablet via the sun. I can be powering a light and a fan from my solar panel at 110 watts via the sun without depleting the power from my power station. So all the different ways, again, I keep talking about variety, but I love the size and portability. That gives me that freedom to use it how I want to, but where I want to. And the where part is what we're showing you right now. You might find yourself in a villa or at Coachella or on a humpback. Or not a humpback, but on a camel. If you find yourself on a humpback, then you got worse things to worry about.
I know what he means, and I know you do too. The amazing Justin, we love having him here at HSN, one of our true experts. I want to just address a couple things. We're very, very busy. If you are on hold, our team are going to get to you as fast as possible to process your order and make sure yours is reserved. We'll get it sent straight out. If you don't want to wait, you can always go to hsn.com or obviously the HSN mobile app, whichever's easiest for you. There's a lot of important points, and I don't want any of them to get lost in translation in this hour. We're talking about emergencies. We're talking about feeling proactively safer, more secure, knowing that you have power if you need it. Without power, we have obviously nothing. If you have no power in your home and it's red hot burning outside because it's a red hot summer's day and you can't turn a fan on, we've got problems. If you have a power outage in your home and your refrigerator goes out, all of that food is going to spoil. What do? If you have a family member that's dependent on a medical device and there's no power in your home for several hours or several days, what do? These are all real life situations that so many of us have been placed in a couple times, a few times in our lives. This type of technology takes away some of that stress, that insecurity, that vulnerability. And we've used that word a lot, vulnerability. We want to break through that word. I don't want you to feel vulnerable, and you don't feel vulnerable when you have EcoFlow. So you've got all of these stories that are always important and they are always real. But you also have the reality of what's happening right now. Prices are seemingly escalating. With tariffs and anything else that may happen, may not happen, are happening, I don't know. But the reality is we all see it and hear about it and know about it. We have a price that was locked in 7-8 months ago. Is the price going up? Well, based on what we're seeing today, clearly it's probably going to happen. So you're going to get the lowest price ever, the lowest price certainly that we're going to have based on what we're seeing happening in the marketplace, and the opportunity to do it on a today's special day when the values are even stronger, because with the today's special, we're giving so much extra. And I really feel like I did a bad job of this at the beginning. So I want to go over this again. And the values that we have are compelling. That's $279. Great. But you do understand that for just $90 more, so the bundle, for $90 more, you get, right, bear with me, for $90 more, you get the $70 custom-made bag. Love that, right? Remember, you're paying $90, you're getting $70 extra in here, and you are going to get the solar panel that is hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So you're getting like an extra $500 worth nearly of value if you do the bundle, which is why over 97% of all the orders that have been placed tonight have been in the bundle. So I want to be, as transparent as possible so you can understand, well, do I go for this one or do I go for that one? Justin, no retailer in America is offering all of this at $379. Nobody.
And I want to just piggyback or camelback or humpback on what you just said, which is when we talk about tariffs, every single retailer that I talk to, every vendor that I talk to, look, the way that it works is the inventory has to be here in the United States.
There it is.
And all of our inventory with these power stations is here in the United States. If it was not, we would not be able to do the value that we're doing now. That's just the reality that we live in. I can tell you, I talk to so many different people, even every single day, talking about how we're actually not going to be bringing a lot of product over here right now. We're going to hold off. Or what we have right now, we're going to have to start to figure out pricing and value and how we're going to do that because we're going to be holding. Or this is going to be locked up for this other vendor. There's a lot of different things that are happening right now. The nice thing is that this price, as you said, Adam, is locked in and the inventory is locked in specifically for this TS. If it was not, and this was 2 months later, we wouldn't have it at this value.
And I'm just grateful to have this dialogue and have this open conversation because there's no point avoiding it. There's no point not talking about it. It's just the reality of it. So look, EcoFlow is going to be here throughout the year. It's one of our biggest brands. But as Justin is saying, with anything else that's coming over in the future, we are going to be subject to these additional tariffs unless things change. And again, we live in an unpredictable world, and please God, it all works out for the best for all of us. But all we can talk about is what's here and now today. And that is important to me because my job is to get you the best value. My job is to guide you towards the biggest opportunity. I know for certain I can offer you the lowest price, not just today, but ever. There's tariff, pre-tariff, post-tariff. There's never been a better price than what's on the screen. So what it all boils down to is this. If you were ever going to do it, this would be the moment, live at 12:34 on Easter Sunday. This would be the moment to absolutely say, I'm going to get one. I've been meaning to get one. This is the right one at the right time. And it is the sweet spot one. Not only because it's, you know, not $1,000, it's $369.99 for the bundle, but Justin, again, for the majority of folks who are sharing tonight with us, this is the model that meets our needs.
There's a reason why we did this as a Today Special, because over the past year, you all made this a customer pick. This is the one, when we think about demand, this is the one that you all demanded. And what we do live in is a world of unpredictables. We can't control everything. We can't control the tariffs. We can't control the weather. We can't control when the power is going to go out for whatever reason it might be. The tree branch goes down. It could be high wind. It could be the weather. We don't know. What you can control is being prepared. And I always say every single time, do you know when the best time to get prepared is? Now. Because when this happens, we don't know when it's going to happen. We can't control that. What we can control is that we made a decision today. We made that decision today on a brand that's number one power station brand, not only here at HSN, but number one power station brand in the United States, and now we're global. Okay, well, this is the customer pick. This is the one that you all decided you wanted to make a Today's Special. You did. And so we did that, and we made it the lowest price that we've ever done, and it's because it is that sweet spot. And when you look at all the different tech that is put inside of this, this is not just some glorified battery, you know, that just recharges and just so happens to charge up our phones and all of that. This is a power station that has technology built into it and same battery cells that you will find in these electric vehicles. We have battery management systems built into our power station to make it even safer. When you look at that and it says 1,000 watts, this can go up to 1,000 watts of power. When you look and it says charge and how fast this can charge up, because it is the latest and greatest battery cells that you're going to find out on the market today that you're going to get from the number one brand. And we keep talking about reputation, and I can talk about the brand all I want, but you know what? That's a big deal, especially when we're considering getting a power station that's going to be that backup for us, for somebody that we love, right? For the people that are at home. And for things like this, when you think about investing in a CPAP machine, whether it's an oxygen machine or a dialysis and all of these things that we need for our health, we need food, we need water, we need power. And now we need power for all of those other type of medical devices like the CPAP machine. So can you imagine? You spent $700 on a CPAP machine. It's not just, well, maybe we'll get one. You got one because you need one. So now I've got it plugged in. I'm just going to turn on the display. It's going to tell me 13 hours right now for that CPAP machine. 13 hours. That's easily one full night's sleep. So can you imagine this? One full night's sleep, whether you're at home or you're camping. Let's just say you're camping. Let's say you're at home. You put this outside at about 8 in the morning. By about 11 a.m., you're going to have a power station from your solar panel that's going to be from 0 all the way up to 100% if you've got 220 watts of power. But still, no power at home. You can now have another night's sleep from your CPAP machine. Now, all the different things. We got a CPAP machine. We got a mini refrigerator. I think about my sister all the time. She's off at college now. I've been talking about her for 7 years before she was even at college. She was still in high school then. But now she's independent. And she's independent, but she also has type 1 diabetes. She needs to make sure that that insulin stays cool. She's got plenty of hurricanes she's been dealing with over the years. She needs to make sure that she has backup power. She's got EcoFlow at home, whether it's portable AC or whether it's a heating blanket. When we think about right now, Adam, it is summertime, and we're going to be thinking about how we're going to stay cool. We're going to keep everybody cool. It's not just a fan now. Now it can be a portable air conditioning unit. So all these different things, yes, seasonal, but year-round and year after year because of that battery technology. For 10 years, if you're to deplete this once a day, take you 10 years to be able to only recharge this from 0 to 80%.
And again, once you've got it, you've got it. You feel great. You never need to think about it again. If there's an issue, if there's a problem, if there's a power outage, if there's a natural disaster, you know you've got what you need to keep things running normally. The refrigerator, the television, the fan, the CPAP machine, the lights, you're okay. So again, it's just something to check off the list. And heavens above, we've all got so much going on that it's nice to just take care of something and let it all be done. We are seeing a larger demand than we anticipated at this time of night. So what we're going to do is go a little rogue. We're going to take a quick 90 seconds out, 60 or 90 seconds out, just to process some of these calls, to make sure that everybody has got one that wants one. The bundle is the most popular. Justin made mention at the beginning, extremely limited opportunity today. The smallest number of EcoFlows we've ever had as a today's special. I should let you know, because when we sell this out, we have other EcoFlows, but none of them represent this type of value. This is the best price ever. One other thing as well, HSN Protection Plus. If you are ordering, it's a great way to protect any of your gadgets and gizmos. We teamed up with Allstate, so please take advantage of that. In the meantime, order yours now to beat the rush, and I'll be back with you in about 60 seconds time.
And when it does, HSN Protection Plus, powered by Allstate Protection Plans, is there to make you good again, quick and easy. HSN Protection Plus offers a standard plan to cover your purchases from breakdowns during normal use, as well as mechanical or electrical failures. You can also add the Accident Plan Plus to cover accidental damage for portable electronics like tablets or headphones. Plans are available for a wide variety of products, including electronics, small appliances, fitness equipment, furniture, mattresses, jewelry, and lawn and garden items. All plans cover parts and labor with no deductibles or hidden fees. Allstate's award-winning service team will get you back up and running fast by repairing, replacing, or reimbursing you for your damaged item up to the purchase price. Adding HSN Protection Plus powered by Allstate Protection Plans to your purchases is easy. You can do it online at checkout or ask your customer care rep while making a purchase over the phone.
Worry about one less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Electronics, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered. Shop smarts and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com for more details.
Be the first to know when your favorite brands and celebrities will be on HSN. Submit your email for when to watch directly at the bottom of an hsn.com product page. You'll receive email notification every time your favorite brands will be live on HSN.
Food has always been my passion, but the truth is, even in the world's best kitchens, the tools can really make or break a chef. That's why I've developed this incredible, innovative line for HSN. It makes the prep easy, and it also makes the cooking a whole lot of fun. From my kitchens to your tables. Let's turn the everyday into gourmet.
It's Customer Appreciation Month.
And you know what that means. Every day in April, we are celebrating you.
With special offers for each day of the week.
It's our way of saying thank you.
We're going to spoil you with extra savings.
Plus, deals galore and more.
Don't you just feel the love?
Join us for a month of daily offers all April long.
Thank you for tuning in. You're watching HSN here on Easter Sunday. Hope you have a wonderful day. I do want to stress how grateful we are that you're spending time with us and shopping with us. We are proud to have EcoFlow as our biggest buy of the day at a time when it's really important that we stay ahead of the curve, when we get ahead of what's going on. We're able to bring you the lowest pricing ever, the best value ever. Justin and I were just talking about it, and obviously electronics are one of those areas that could be hit hardest with the conversations about tariffs, etc. And if value is important to you and the lowest price is important to you, I can say with absolute confidence, you got it. This was secured 7-8 months ago, and it's right here in the United States. It's not on a boat. It's something that is ready to be shipped out immediately. So you are benefiting from the lowest pricing. We can't say the same for what may come later this year. So I'm thrilled to share that with you. Clearly, it's the reason why so many people are shopping. The bundle is the best seller. The bundle gives you the $70 custom-made bag, which we love, a place to store it, a place to travel with it, a beautifully designed bag with premium materials. But that's not the only thing you're getting. For that extra $90 of the bundle, you get the $70 bag and you get the solar panel that is hundreds of dollars. So this is a mega important piece of the puzzle. It allows you to give, constant, continuous charge to your EcoFlow if this were to run out. So let's keep on going. We have about 15 minutes left. hsn.com continues to be the fastest way in. And Justin, not to kind of digress, but because you can't see what we can see over this side, the numbers of orders that are coming through based upon what's happening tonight, there is not going to be enough for the day.
No, and honestly, we kind of anticipated that. And look, the reason why we do a today's special at this time is that, it's not very long until we're back in hurricane season. And I know, as ridiculous as that sounds, we're not far off. We're just a couple months away. And it doesn't feel like we are far removed from already just the end of hurricane season. It can last a long time. We've seen the reach of how far hurricanes can affect so many people, millions of people. We've just seen recently these crazy high winds, whether it's winter storms, whether it's summer afternoon thunderstorms, or it's just these hurricanes, or it's the tornadoes. We don't know. And the thing about EcoFlow is it doesn't matter where you are in this country. From the West Coast to the East Coast, from north to south, we're all affected by weather. And we're all dependent on the same exact thing, power. And so if we pulled the plug from your home right now, what are you going to do? And that's why I always ask a lot of questions. But what's your plan? If that happened right now, what would you do? The nice thing is that this is one of those easy entries into being able to be an EcoFlow owner. Being able to have that power buddy, that feeling of, no, I don't want to be sitting here vulnerable because I don't have anything. And you feel limited because I can't own a generator, but you can own an EcoFlow. That's one of the greatest things, is that we've given you that choice and we've given you that option. In the world of choices, EcoFlow has a lot. But we give you choices because there's something for everybody in any different scenario. And maybe you've picked up a larger power station, but maybe you're looking for a more portable one. The River 2 Max at this value is a no-brainer for all of you who are watching right now. Simple is my favorite word. Simple and easy, because now all I got to do is press one button and that's it. I turn it on, I turn it off. That's it. One button to turn it on and to turn it off. Isn't that one of the biggest reasons why the idea of even owning a gas generator is immediately eliminated from your mind? Because you know what? There isn't a way to do that with a gas generator or a propane generator. On this display, it's going to tell me every bit of information that I need. I can turn on my AC outlets. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. On that generator in front of me that weighs over 100 pounds, there are 2 AC outlets. I've got 4 on my River 2 Max. This weighs less than 14 pounds. That generator weighs over 100 pounds. It also needs gas. This I can run inside. That generator, I can't. Now, I'm just going to start plugging things in because, again, when we think about those simple kind of creature comfort things that we enjoy day to day, and all of a sudden when they're taken, it's like that Rod Stewart song, right? You never really appreciate the things that you have until they're gone, right? Well, look, all we got to do is plug things in. I love it. Now we got a light, we got a fan. I'm not hot anymore. Not sitting in a dark home anymore. And now talk about portability. I can pick up this lamp and take it with me to the bedroom. I can take the fan and I can put it right next to me by the bed. I don't have to move this, I feel like I've got to move an extension cord that's 20 or 30 feet long throughout the house and upstairs and downstairs. I can pick this up and I can carry it, and we make picking it up and carrying it even easier because we've included an $80 backpack to go along with it that's specifically designed for your River 2 Max. I'm going to unplug this because I just, again, want to show you the idea of portability. I'm going to take it to the refrigerator. Picking it up, one hand. Adam, you said it. Not a lot of EcoFlows out there that you can pick up with one hand and take over to a refrigerator, or think about taking upstairs or downstairs or from room to room. And I do love the idea that, Adam, you threw out there too, for the TV, for the router, for the laptop, for all of the different electronics and phones that we might have. But then for the big stuff too, and this is one of those things that I guess get asked all the time, which is, will it really do my refrigerator? Boom, done, refrigerator. The nice thing about refrigerators now is that they're built and designed to be even more efficient than ever. Compressor's not going to run all the time. This should give you nearly a full day where you'll be able to run a full-size refrigerator peace of mind? Is that not what I'm holding right here in one hand, Adam?
And I think, Justin, to your point, you know, as Justin shows that means a lot to a lot of people because we want that. Some of the bigger units might just be too big. And you say, well, I live in an apartment, a 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom apartment. It's me and my significant other. I don't need this big thing. I want something that's smaller that I can take from the kitchen to the bedroom on a nighttime. And that's why with the River 2, it delivers on so many levels. I also want to make sure we don't forget how important it is to feel like you have that support network, because, you know, for the millions of us that live alone and we don't have that other person that's there that we can lean on, that we can bounce off in the face of an emergency. If something is happening and the power goes out, that's scary, right? And if you're alone, it can feel even scarier. This is something that you can rely on and lean on, knowing that if something happens and you are by yourself, I know you can use this. I know that you won't fret. I know that you won't feel despair. I know that you won't be as worried, because I know that this, which you'll have to hand, you'll be able to use. You'll take with you into the kitchen, and we're all right. We're going to eat tonight. We'll plug in, obviously, the refrigerator. Let's take it over to the living room. Let's plug in the TV. Let's see what's going on with the local news. You need to get online. Well, let's take it to the computer and let's plug that in. And then I need to go to bed. And let's make sure we are, you know, comfortable and cozy and cool. Let's plug in the fan or the night light. Again, this is there for you. It's that best friend. It's that support mechanism. It's that insurance policy. And tonight, obviously, you know, boiling it down, you know, you spend, I suppose it's as simple as this. I'm trying to find a fancy way to phrase it, and I don't need to. You spend $369.99, and I can get you in return an $850 system, right? So it's like, you know, me saying, you give me $10 and I'll give you 50 back. You know, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, absolutely. Where do I sign up? You give me $369.99 and we give you an $850 set. That's a great opportunity. But we can only afford to do that when it's a today's special, right? Because we plan for this. It's like, you know, economies of scale. We're bringing in more. We're selling more on a particular day, so we can afford to do it at an even better value, especially as we've talked about in the current framework and the current environment with prices, you know, all over the place and what could happen. It's nice to know that you're getting that rock bottom price. We are 9 minutes left, everybody. It's the only live presentation of the night. We're moving on in our next hour to show you more great gadgets and gizmos. So I'd love for you to order it now, to shop now, and to get it taken care of. You might have a busy day tomorrow, perhaps going to church and spending time with friends and family. So I want to make certain that you get yours before they are sold out, because they most definitely will sell out based on what we are seeing here tonight. We are the lowest price by far, any retailer, online, in-store. Please make sure you're comparing apples to apples. This is the River 2 Max. River 2 Max. Don't be confused. You're getting an amazing system, again, for a fraction of the price. We continue to see this heavy volume of folks ordering. hsn.com, again, the fastest way in. Justin, it's a hit. It's a big hit. I do think there's a lot of customers, as you pointed out, that wait and have waited for a today's special opportunity that has finally arrived.
I don't blame you. Right now, this is my church, right? I get it. We wait for the moment in time where, especially, look, EcoFlow is a considered type of purchase. This is something that, what at a regular price is what, Adam? It's
$850.
$850. So I don't think anybody would sit there and judge you for waiting for when it's less than $400.
Yep.
Okay, so I totally understand. 55% off, you're gonna wait for that. But you know what? We did talk about it. When we think about those tariffs, look, this is product that's already here in the United States. It has to be in order for us to even make this a today's special. I just made coffee. I made coffee with my brand new little 1-cup coffee maker that I got. I wanted to make coffee for you. You know what? The lengths that we will go for a cup of coffee, right? And I get it, right? Yeah. We think about, like, look, I'll wait for a good value. I will wait for a good cup of coffee. You have your River 2 Max? I just made a cup of coffee. To some of you, this would look like liquid gold, right? In those moments in time, and as we're joking about it, that cup of coffee, after you've been sitting there dealing with all of that just exhausting preparedness or post-preparedness or post-storm and sitting there saying, I just would really like a cup of coffee this morning. How nice would it be to plug in that coffee maker and then be able to actually have a cup of coffee? Whether it's an induction burner and then not only have a cup of coffee, but then actually have a warm breakfast. And then, you know what? After having a warm cup of coffee and then a hot breakfast, say, now I'm hot, and now I'd like to cool down. And then I can go ahead and plug in a fan. You know, life, the way that it works is that we have all these different things. Do you know what they all run on? As we run on coffee, runs on power. And we need to have power at our fingertips no matter where we are and no matter what type of home that we're in. And you know what's made this a customer pick? Is that this River 2 Max, being that sweet spot, and now obviously an unbelievable value, is one power station that for every single one of you watching is even more accessible. Because it's not something that weighs 50 pounds. It's not something that weighs 25. That weighing just a little under 14 pounds with that nice carry handle right here on the back, now picking this up and taking it with you from the kitchen to the bedroom, to the living room, to maybe, you know what, you take it to the bathroom because you have to get ready for work and you've got all these other things that you need. Maybe it's nice to have a fan right there next to you as you're getting ready. These are those different things and those creature comforts that we don't want taken away from us. I love that. Easy to use and simple. I want to plug in that light and the fan again one more time. And then I want to walk over to that refrigerator. Where am I got it plugged? I got it plugged in right here. Again, just plugging things in, and that's it. There's no prep, right? There's no idea of when it's going to happen. So how am I going to prepare for something like that? I've got this at home. It's charged up. It's at 100%. Now, when that power goes out, I plug my light in. I plug my fan in. Now, again, I'm not hot, and it's not in a dark home. I don't have to worry about finding the batteries for a flashlight. I don't have to worry about finding a match for a candle.